Hello and welcome to the 20 February 2020 chapter dev setup, subtitled pull request number 339. And I'm going to get started right away by looking at my basic versions. So NVM, Node, NPM, and Docker are installed and somewhat up to date. And we'll take a look at where we are in the instructions. So we're at the link starting development server in the Freecodecamp chapter repository. So we can tell that we have Node installed and Docker installed because the versions were listed. And so now we need to move on to starting the development server. And because I have some previous experience and maybe the server isn't clean, and also some other issues that we found in the last videos, I'm going to take a look at this. It was recommended that I boost this value, and so oh yeah, I didn't want to do that. I pasted it right into my cheat sheet, which maybe I should get out of that, and we'll just look at it in cat that way. There we go. That's better. That way I can't accidentally do that again. So we'll just make sure. So we have a pretty high number of watchers, which that's a little bit out of left field, but based on some errors that I was having from before, that should fix those errors. And because I've been working on this, I want to look and see what's maybe left over from the previous tests. So this will list all my containers, and you'll note that the container is still up and running. And so I probably should get rid of those containers and start fresh. So we'll turn those off first of all. And the reason that's not working is because I'm not in the right directory. So I'm going to change into chapter, and that command should work again. There we go. So it's stopping and removing those containers. So if we do that command again, let's see what happens. Just the Docker container command. So now there's no containers listed. So we're starting from a clean slate. And we can list all the images, and I'm going to just say that I think that these images are probably still okay. They probably haven't changed too much between yesterday and today from the main repository. So the images are Postgres and Node. like that. And we haven't done this in previous videos. And here's my instruction. Next instruction says Docker compose down, but we just did that a couple of seconds ago, so we'll pass by that. And we'll also note that I'm in chapter right now, and which means it's not clean. It's left over from the previous test. So I want to remove, and I know from experience that if I do, well, let's try it. If I just do that and ask to remove chapter, it will remove most of it, but it'll say that it can't remove some of that stuff because that's probably in a root folder. And so if I add remove, that will permanently remove it. So now my workspace is clear, and we can clone the latest the latest commit from the repository, and then I'll show my cheat sheet so that you can see where I'm going with this. So it says it's not a Git repository. We know that because we're not in the chapter directory. Do that again, and we'll see that we're at that commit C764094. And if we go over here, you can see that it's a little bit dim, but if you look in the corner there of the pop-up there, it's C764094. So we just pulled from the latest commit. So now it says that we should do npm install, and I'm getting this information from right here. It says install the dependencies, npm install. I do npm install, and it goes through quite a few dependencies. And in my instructions I have npm update, and if I go back over here, I see that npm update is not part of this, and I need to go back and look and see if maybe I shouldn't be doing the update. But in my experience from previous testing on other repositories, if I didn't do the update, it may not call in the dependencies, that the latest dependencies, even though I just done an install. So that's why I've been adding update. And it gave me some information about not having a .env file, which I think we'll see in a minute what's going on there. And now we should be able to, according to the instructions, I'll because the instructions don't say to do an npm update, I won't do it. And then the next instruction here is docker compose up, and I'm going to add my own personal log file to that so I can go back and look at it. So the database is connected and created, and the app is created, and my errors are gone. The no SPC errors from yesterday have been eliminated. So sorry for the delay there. This is pull request 339, and there's a whole bunch of things that have changed. These are the notes in the pull request, and I don't think I have time in this video to go through all the changes. The main thing I wanted to do is just show that I can get it up and running, and I don't know for sure if I can or not. That's what the test is for, and it's still in the TypeScript is. Now see, there's some errors there, and I don't know what those errors are. Query failed, column, chapter ID, and that's something. Have to go back and look at the log. So it says no type errors found, and then it says ready, compiled successfully. And there's some other warnings, and these warnings were not in there yesterday. Now it doesn't tell me to go to the port or to the browser, but I'm just going to go there and see if I can get this to run. And it says that it's not running. And if I just try some other stuff here, like I did yesterday, to try to get it to fail, and it's just not finding anything in there. So there's no changes here. If I go back to, let's see, sorry, clicking through, there's some other stuff that was changed. My hope yesterday is that I would be able to look at the API, and so I'm going to try one of those routes. Like that, and see if this is up and running. And this is also not running, and so I think I can just quit now. I don't think I need to. So with Control C, I'll quit. And there's some other stuff here that we need to remember. So when we exit test, we need to remember to do the Docker compose down to get rid of those. Otherwise, those images are still running. And maybe I should make sure that they actually are still running. And the command for that. See if there's any running containers. Docker compose ps. And it shows that there's 2 containers still up. And since they don't seem to be actually delivering anything, serving anything, I'd better turn them off. And somewhere Yeah, there's my command log. So if I take a look at that, and in case you're wondering, these are all colors, these escape codes. So the log file, at least the way I'm reading it, doesn't have the ability to read colors. I bet if I looked into it, I could figure that out. So let's scroll down here and see if we can find some errors. There was something about the .env. So here it says something, can I use light is outdated, please run the command npm update. So that was the command that I did not run. And I'm getting an error saying that I should have run it to update. And so here it says type checking in progress. Here's type checking results, and then here's the error. It says column chapter ID of relation chapter roles already exists. And then this looks like it right here causes some kind of an additional error. So I haven't looked into the code to see what might have caused that. But I think that's probably going to be a conclusion for today of what I have to present, since I didn't exactly get it up and running. I should not spend too much more time on it. Thanks for taking the time to listen to this video, and I'll look forward to some further test videos in the future.